Jade, welcome to Montreux.
Thank you.
How are you finding everything so far?
I'm feeling fabulous. I've got no luggage.
No, we heard about this luggage mishap.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mare. I was running around this morning in Zara looking for some clothes.
So you found something for tonight?
This is it.
This is it.
My stylist just flew in with a secondary costume option.
Okay.
But, you know, that's showbiz.
That's Showbiz Baby.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is your first time performing at Montreux.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. You know, I know how iconic it is to be doing this festival. I've watched a lot of videos of a lot of artists from over the years that have done it. When I got the call that I'd be booked for it, I was very, very excited.
It's been quite the festival season for you already.
It has.
So you started off with a bang, you did Big Weekend.
Yeah.
And then you did Mighty Hoopla.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for that. And
Were you?
I was.
Did you enjoy it?
I was gasping a lot. So this is the thing. I think festival performances can be very hit and miss, and not from the fault of the artist. Just, you know, it's just inevitable. And it was just one of those, and I'm not just saying it. It was just flawless, darling.
Oh, thank you.
It was just like relentless. The solo stuff, and then the hits and the dancing and the choreo.
Relentless is the right word, I think. I love feeling relentless to people genuinely, but also like as a festival goer myself, I'm like, okay, what do I want to see? You want the hits, you want the bangers, you want to dance, you want to feel euphoria, you want to feel connected to the artist. So it's like, it's been really fun for me curating a show that does that, and literally it is my first solo festival run, so it meant a lot to me to like get it right.
And was the Mighty Hoopla one, did that feel particularly special because I think you've made such a connection with your LGBTQ fan base?
Yeah.
And that felt like a particular moment, I think.
Yeah, I think Mighty Hoopla like felt a bit like a homecoming.
Yeah.
Just because I've been like for so many years. I love that festival so much. You know, it is like the gay Glastonbury, and it's obviously incredibly LGBTQ plus inclusive. And it's just such a lovely festival. So performing there after being there for many years was really cool.
Yeah, and I think there were loads of moments I think you managed to get into the set. So you unveiled the Frozen remix, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
Where did the idea to do that come from? Is it just, you know, like obviously it's an amazing song, but I think the way you did the remix and everything.
Thank you. Well, it came about through Apple Music, actually. They wanted some sort of exclusive cover, and they literally said, like, whatever you want to do it. And then for me, I was like, well, who am I probably most inspired by, like, as a pop icon? And that is Madonna. Like, she stood the test of time. Like, she reinvents herself over and over again. You know, and that's the goal for me, is to have as long a career as she's had. And Frozen's my favourite Madonna song.
So I wondered, like, because it's such a beautiful melody, like that famous kind of opening thing. And I wondered, because was there anything to do with, like, because your Arabic heritage, like the kind of quarter notes?
Yeah,
kind of going in?
I think I am drawn to the like,
Yeah.
and I always have that in the back of my mind as well. And I think because I did the cover of Backbone for Live Lounge like a few months ago, and that
singing
reacted
in
so well.
Arabic on that as
yeah,
well.
like
beautiful.
it reacted really well. And I was like, oh, okay, so maybe people are like into, I guess, hearing more of that part of me, which is cool.
Do you think the industry kind of discourages people from maybe like mixing things up a bit and like bringing, you know, different heritages into like Western pop music?
I think not so much now. Definitely when I first started in the music industry, I mean, there certainly wasn't any that I can think of, like Arab artists in like Western pop culture. And
audiences seem so drawn to it, and like understandably, because I think the sound is so unique, and as I was saying, like the quarter notes, there's something so hypnotic about that sound.
There is. And actually, if you look back at so many huge moments in music, it kind of has always been there. Like if you think of Timbaland productions or like Pussycat Dolls, like those sort of Arab references and riffs have been sampled so many times.
And there was like an Eastern European phase, I think. Like, do you remember Jason Derulo and everything like that?
Oh yeah, he was
like,
really all over that, wasn't he? Dancing around, doing his thing.
Tiptoeing.
Running up walls and backflipping and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And then you also did the most phenomenal performance of FUFN. Do we say like FUFN or do we say you for now?
Just whatever tickles your
fancy.
fancy.
We'll go with you for now because I just like saying it. It's fine. And you have this moment that is kind of becoming like a huge part of your shows already, which is the like getting the crowd interaction.
Yes.
Which I love.
Thank you.
Do you, when you're kind of thinking of things to say, is it whatever's pissing you off in that moment?
Yeah, I think I like to cater it to the right audience, or, you know, I do think, okay, what will land better with this audience or this kind of broadcast.
Because the Hoopla one was pretty great.
Yes, the Hoopla one felt amazing. And, you know, for me, like, as an ally, pride is a protest. And for me, like, that's my version of protest, is being on stage, standing up, speaking up for the community with chest, regardless of, you know, the kind of consequence of that.
Yeah, because obviously you did Glastonbury as well.
Yes.
And I think the political current was very strong at Glastonbury.
It
and
was.
I think certain artists, I just think, made very clear, like, we're going to use our platform because we have it and it's important.
I think from what I saw as well, just over the artists at Glastonbury, across the board, there were actually a huge amount of artists all standing strong on the same message. And I think that's important to remember as well. And I think, you know, festivals, especially Glastonbury, it's always kind of been, I guess, slightly more politically driven in that it caters to a certain audience who, you know, it is for the people. And I think a lot of artists wanted to represent that, and in the knowledge that, well, I knew my performance was going to be live and broadcast, and you can't silence someone who's doing that. So
certain people try to, maybe. I think it's interesting because I think there's been this whole narrative of, like, you know, certain public figures trying to position musicians as scapegoats.
Yeah, absolutely.
In, like, ongoing discourse, and it's, people seem like, music fans especially, seem to not be standing for it. Like, they're not falling for that as the narrative.
I think there is a shift in general now, like with the media, of, you know, the people are a lot more educated on, like, propaganda or bias or silencing. So I think, you know, now more than ever, it is important to use your platform to, say how you truly feel, not be scared to do that. And obviously the more artists that do that, the better, because it shows that, you know, in numbers there is power. So yeah, I'm happy to do that with a song like FUFN. It seems fitting. Although today for Montreux Jazz Festival, because I've never done it before, I've reined it.
I was going to wonder how, like, you were going to do it here.
I'm just going to go the FUFN chant, because I don't necessarily know the political climate here. I don't know any controversies. I wouldn't want to, you know, get that wrong.
Sure. Yeah, but I mean, like, I think, again, we were talking about, you'd been watching some of the more, like, iconic performances. So are there any in particular that you found yourself really moved by?
Gosh, I mean, Diana Ross is, like, my favourite artist of all time. She's obviously done this before and she's doing it again.
This year.
So that's up there for me. I mean, all the greats, Prince, Aretha Franklin. I know, like, Nina Simone was one of the, like, pivotal moments for the festival. Whilst I am a pop artist, I find a lot of inspiration from those sets and just seeing...
It's like the lineage, isn't it?
Yeah, the lineage, the authenticity. Obviously, like, Montreux Jazz Festival is iconic because it platformed artists, black and brown artists, who maybe weren't given as much of a, like, fair treatment back when the festival first started. And many African American artists came over here.
Miles Davis.
Yeah, like, to feel the love, and that they did, and that's why they kept coming back, because this festival, you know, was originally for the underrepresented, and now it's become such a lovely, beautiful monster that I'm very proud to be a part of today.
Yeah. And it's so lovely you get to perform the Lake Stage, because it's just, I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I haven't seen it properly. I've driven past, but every single person that I said that's, like, in the industry that I was doing this festival, like, oh my God, you're going to love it. It's the best one. It's so beautiful. Like, it really does have a reputation of being that one. And I know, like, for Raye, she did it last year.
Oh my
and she
God,
loved it so much. She wanted to come back. So.
Yeah, I'm so glad, because, like, that performance last year, it was just...
monumental for her career. I think it was one for the books that everyone remembered. So it's no surprise that she's come back for round 2.
Well, it is the prestige, I think, of the festival here. And I think, like you say, it's like kind of history, and you just feel like it's kind of steeped in the culture and everything. So you're walking around and you can see, like, traces of whether it's like the Freddie Mercury statue or, you know, like, Claude Nobb's chalet or something.
Yeah, I was a bit nervous at first. Like, this one I was like, oh, should I have put, like, a jazz song in my set or something? Which would be so out of place, by the way, with my set. But then I thought, no, actually, stand on business, because... You know, Freddie's done it, Prince has done it.
And, you know, what you're doing now is the reason they invited you to play here. So,
yeah, absolutely. They booked me for a reason. And I think I'm excited to give people that big, fun, like, pop and dance energy, get them all ready and amped up for Raye's performance.
Well, we were saying, like, if there was one thing, maybe, that was missing from Montreux, it was a bit of camp.
And here I am.
Here you are.
I'll bring that to you.
Yeah, and just some of your other recent singles. So we've had Plastic Box,
Yes.
which I love.
Thank you.
I just think there's a beautiful pairing of like the vulnerability in the lyrics and like the way you sing.
Yeah.
As well. It's kind of like the beautiful diaphanous kind of like
Thank
little
you.
ting
You know your
song.
musical thingies,
Thank
don't
you.
you?
I would hope so.
You were my technical term.
Just
Your
tiny
thingies.
bit. Yeah.
I love that.
But no, it's beautiful. So can you tell me a bit about where the inspiration from this song came from?
It's actually everyone says that, every artist. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah. But I understand why
because-
this would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a brilliant pop song, and I wrote this when I first started dating my boyfriend Jordan, and I think everyone can relate to that like vulnerability of being so obsessed with someone and freaking out, like thinking and overthinking about their exes and
absolutely.
all that stuff. And I feel like me writing Plastic Box was essentially like therapy on me having a word with myself, because once I wrote the song I was like, babe, calm down. It's a bit much.
Well, because I think it's just the owning of, you know, like I think we're very quick to like label, you know, like certain things in relationships. It's like, oh, that's toxic, that's a red flag, you know. But I think jealousy is human, like insecurity is human.
Yeah, and you have to work through that.
Yeah.
You know, it's up to you to better yourself in that moment. And for me, Plastic Box, like, whilst my boyfriend wasn't the biggest fan of it at first, I kept it on the album because I thought it was important to confront that part of myself and be honest and be vulnerable. And also on top of that, it is just a great, like, happy, sad song.
I mean, we've been humming it since before we were setting up, so...
Exactly. Yeah. I was a bit worried at first with the Plastic Box. Like, originally the label asked me to have variations that were more environmentally friendly. So there are alternative environmentally friendly phrases, but then at the end I was like...
cardboard box.
Yeah, Flo took that, so that was out the window. Then I had heart-shaped box, but apparently it's a Nirvana song.
Yeah, apparently they did that already.
So I was like, guys, it is just a pretty pop song. Like, let's not deep it too much. It's a metaphor.
Yeah. Well, the song's literally kind of about not overthinking things, right? So
here I am,
not
like,
do that.
glass box, I don't know.
So because I mean, your relationship kind of started off like slightly unconventionally, and that I think was it over Zoom or something that you first started chatting.
We had our first date in lockdown over Zoom. We had 3 dates. The first
candles like in the background or anything?
Well, I think at that point I'd done so many annoying Zoom interviews because finally me and the girls were all in one place. We couldn't turn down anything. So we just did back-to-back interviews constantly.
So the whole concept of like Zoom as a novelty had like lost its allure by this point.
Yeah. So me and Jordan decided to have like a business meeting. Like, we both put suits on. We had very formal business questions. And I actually really enjoyed that dating process because I think prior to that, you know, you go on a date, you have a little drink, and then afterwards
it's the same
like,
small talk.
Yeah,
like,
same small talk. Like, oh, did I like them, or was I just a bit like drunk?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And you two definitely seem to be on like the very similar like humour wavelength.
We are. We're very dry humoured.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed it. We did another Zoom where we like had a playlist for each other to play, and we picked songs and we spoke about why we chose them.
Were you impressed by any of the ones like he picked?
I was actually.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he'd be such a big like fan of... Well, he did enjoy Motown. I was surprised at that. He's got quite impeccable taste, actually. But that's because of his mum and dad. They're both... Well, they were both musicians. His dad...
He's like raised on a good household.
Yeah,
of
his
the
dad's
classics.
like... You know, he was like one of the first like black punks, so they say.
So cool.
And he's still like the bass player in his Rizzle Kicks band.
Yeah, amazing.
So, yeah, I think... I was also very anti-dating someone in the industry at first, but then I realised that Jordan was actually quite cool.
Well, he's kind of, I think he's managed to keep himself a bit of like an outlier. Like he doesn't follow like what everyone else is doing anyway. So
and for me, like as a woman in the industry, it's quite hard finding people or partners that aren't intimidated by your success or like your...
But he's one of your biggest champions. I keep seeing him in interviews saying, you know, like, I think there was one where someone tried to get some weird answer out of him where they were like, does it matter to you that your partner's more successful? And it was like, no, why would that matter?
No, he loves it.
Like,
and I think, you know, that's a really beautiful thing. So
yeah, so I guess the song's kind of for both of you in a way.
I think so. And there's other songs about him on the album,
and he's on it, right? Like, has he
he's on some of the BVs.
Yeah,
there's a song on the album which I'll not say what it's called.
Okay.
But it's just about me being really annoying. It's quite relatable. It's like me when I'm like pre-menstrual, I'm really start an argument.
Sure.
And then he always knows that that's what's coming, and I'm always like, no, it isn't. I'm definitely not due on.
It is funny, isn't it? It's only in hindsight you kind of like...
Every time I'm like, shucks, you are right.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what the song's about. not so blatantly. It's
Sure,
in
not
a
as
more
literal.
sort of beautiful.
Beautifully phrased, like analogy kind of.
But he's on
Yeah.
the BVs for that,
Nice.
which is really sweet.
Yeah. Has it been like? I'm sure you've had like a really good team together to like make the whole album.
Yes.
Has it been fun?
Yeah, it's been really fun. I think it's been a long process, probably more so than most solo artists, just because obviously I came out of the group and I spent a lot of time like finding myself again and sort of speed dating all these producers and writers, finding my team, finding my people. So it took a minute to get in the swing of things. But I do feel like once like Angel My Dreams was written, for me that was like the catalyst of, okay, I know who I am now.
Surprised by like, were you expecting such a huge, because that song kind of, the reaction to it was just insane.
I think I was expecting a more sort of love-hate reaction to it.
Not the overwhelming like,
Yeah,
this is
and
iconic.
I was like geared up for that, like, because I loved the song so much, and for me that like Angel My Dreams is so me. Like I love that song so much, and so I was ready for any critique of it. I didn't care because I knew how much I loved it, and like I said, I thought it was going to get a much more mixed response. But then when the reaction was like very overwhelmingly positive, it almost freaked me out a bit because I was.
Was it like pressure to kind of like the follow up?
Yeah,
now
I was ready for like
match
a fight,
it.
and then it had such a positive reaction.
You were on the back foot, and then it was just like
yeah. But I mean, couldn't have asked for more really. Like that song, like changed everything. It opened the door for me for so many opportunities. Across the board, like whether that was in the fashion world or other producers suddenly wanted to work with me, or
I mean all the videos for like the singles so far have been great.
Thank you.
I was very amused by the caption you did for a behind the scenes thing of Plastic Box.
What did I say?
It was a reference to Perry.
Oh, about the salad.
Yes. Like it took me a minute, and then I saw fans kind of going nuts about it.
Oh yeah, they love that one.
Yeah,
that's been a firm like Little Mix historic quote since the beginning.
Was Perry thrilled at you for?
We've not actually discussed that, but I had to send her the song weeks in advance because she messages. We've got like a WhatsApp group, me and Perry, and she was like, "Send me that song right now." She's like, "I can't get it out of my head because once I put it on TikTok,
it's catchy as hell."
Yeah, so I let her have it before anybody else.
Yeah,
that's her favorite one, I think.
And then, like, I guess also with the general kind of just even the aesthetic of everything, like the videos, the choreography. Do you feel like you draw on inspirations from other artists you look up to? I know, like the Madonna thing
with choreo. Yeah, definitely. I'm always pulling references, and I think my main thing with choreography is creating something that is memorable, or like stands the test of time. Like Plastic Box has the shout out Blake, my choreographer. He's absolutely smashed it. Yeah, like when I think of the icons like Madonna, you've got Vogue, which we all know, and like Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation, who else? Obviously Britney with like Slave for You. These iconic pop culture moments where when that song comes on in a night out, you go to the dance floor and you know the choreo. Like Little Mix Touch. We all know the titty bounce, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
not going to do it now.
Go on. No, just kidding.
Okay, so the album's out in September.
Yes.
And so I guess you're wrapping your festival tour, and then is it going into headline tour?
It is, yeah. I'm very excited about that because it's, my first ever solo tour. And I think I will reinvent the show different to the festival set and create something very theatrical in keeping with the showbiz theme. So I'm really excited to get going with that.
Yeah. Can we just talk about the album title quickly? Because to me, it's very clear, like double meaning. So obviously you've got the classic, perky, like that's Showbiz Baby.
Yeah.
But then I can hear it in your very like dry tone.
Yeah, I think it is more so that for me.
Kind of deadpan, like sarcastic.
I like to laugh at my trauma or like make light of dark situations. I think that's how I get through things. And obviously being in the music industry for as long as I have done, I've experienced a lot, good and bad, and I think that Showbiz Baby is always the mantra. Like lost my luggage this morning, that Showbiz Baby. But actually the fans swayed that decision. The album was originally called something else. And then as the visuals kept coming out, I guess there was a constant like thread of the industry and show business and all the visuals. And then when I released It Girl, the lyric is in that, throw me them roses, that's just Showbiz Baby. And the fans really like
they kind of like latched on
they
to
latched
that
onto
line,
that
yeah.
lyric, and I was like, do you know what? That actually makes so much more sense to call the album that. So we had a last minute switch up
Yeah,
of
I love
title.
it. Well, I think especially having come out with like Angel of My Dreams,
yeah,
it was such a statement of intent, like of identity and like asserting yourself in the
Definitely.
industry, having been through everything you have. And then I think just, yeah, going forward, it's kind of like, yeah, just kind of like these constant nods to
yeah.
that.
And I can't imagine it not being called that Showbiz Baby now. All my music videos have that theme, like FUFN, you know, it's
Yeah.
me on a red carpet at a premiere of my life. And then we've got It Girl, which has a lot of like, I guess, more sort of Easter eggs about the industry. Midnight Cowboy, the visualizer is me like running away from the paparazzi. So
Yeah.
there is a constant theme of that. And even the Plastic Box music video is me literally in a
In the
plastic
box.
box, like, you know, at an exhibition, people watching me. So I think the whole, and that has happened organically as well. I think I always knew that was the vibe anyways, but
Just what you end up writing about. It's
yeah,
just
it's
kind
what
of
I end
coming
up writing
from,
about. It's
yeah.
it's the ideas that end up happening for the videos, and then before you know it, like it just organically becomes this like more detailed concept.
Yeah,
which I love.
there's something really wonderful about the fact that you and Raye are performing the same night,
Yeah.
because I think both of your stories are just, you know, like they're so inspiring.
Thank you.
There's
Yeah,
like examples of, yeah.
I think they coincide a bit. You know, I am actually really inspired by Raye because, you know, when we first started writing for my album, she hadn't released Escapism yet. This was all like pre
Yeah.
Raye getting all the flowers she deserves. And we had lots of lengthy discussions about the industry, about how much she'd been screwed over, and you know, we back and forthed a lot about our experiences. So then when I saw her release Escapism and be really honest about what she was going through, and people received that and it all blew up, gave me the courage to be like, yeah, actually writing a song like Angel of My Dreams is correct, because it's come from me, it's come from my heart and my experience, and that is what people will love the most, is you just being yourself. So I found Raye really inspiring, actually.
Yeah, and seeing the way I think like both of your audiences have connected with that, because
Yeah.
as you know, like I think the industry often treats fans like, what's the word?
What is it?
Idiots. Just the assumption
Them.
that, you know, like, oh, no one listens, like this is one of my biggest bugbears, like no one listens to full albums anymore. It's such bullshit.
Well, I mean, as a pop fan myself, I will never not listen to a whole album. So I don't necessarily believe that either. And even for me, like with the running order of my album, like you do have a lot of opinions. People in it, yeah, like, well, statistically, this is what works and this is why. And I have like listened to that because I do
Sure.
also want people to listen to my album.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like it is a kind of constant, I wouldn't say conflict 'cause it's not that dramatic.
It's a bit of a push and pull of just finding the
It
balance.
is. It's a push and pull of being like, well, okay, you're telling me as someone that's an expert in the sort of statistics of it all, that you need to have all your top singles at the forefront of your album, especially as a new artist, so that people will listen.
Sure.
But then I like look to Addison Rae or Doechie's album or whatever, and they've gone, no, I don't care about that, and it's still a massive album. So like, you know, I am still learning through this process. But you always listen to my gut.
Yes, exactly.
I think, even now it's sometimes a struggle just because I have been so conditioned to like...
To doubt yourself and listen to others.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, every artist wants you to listen to their album exactly how they've, you know, created it. So I'd like to think, and I know my fans will listen to it. And like you say, the fans aren't stupid, and the fans really have swayed a lot of my creative decisions, like the album title, or, you know, if they're not happy with something, I see that, and then I put that forward, and we try and figure out, okay, you know, what they're saying, I would say 70% of the time is right, and you have to listen to them. They're the ones that are buying tickets to your shows, buying your merch.
And they can also like read in authenticity a mile away.
Oh, they can sniff out if you're chatting,
doing it for views or whatever.
Absolutely, and that's why you have to be honest, and you have to engage with them and show them that you are listening. And I think the artists that are doing the best, like Raye, or like, well, thanks. I'm working my way up, but I think, you know, like Doechii, you can see there's a constant interaction with their fan base and understanding of each other, and it makes them want to support you more, and they they do become your promo team at times. Like they really do. Your fans are the ones that will snowball something and make it bigger.
Yeah. And I think there's just clearly like a love of, you know, seeing you progress.
Yeah.
And like the build towards the album as well. It's just like feels like a real moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of the fans, they have become like part of the project almost, like whether that is like fan art, like there's a fan I've known for years now that we still reach out to do like merch designs because they're just amazing. And like I've met so many people, and obviously you have your diehards. And I think what was really beautiful about Little Mix, and that has continued on for us as solo artists, is like we started at the dawn of like Twitter fandoms, like in 2011, that was brand new. And we really did have such a huge, almost like cult fan base that made us as big as we were. So I understand the importance of like constantly showing love to your fans in an authentic way.
Yeah.
And sort of respecting each other in that sense.
Well, congratulations on the album.
Thank you.
And the Montreux performance.
Whee!
Excited to see it.
I'm a bit nervous now.
You'll smash it. It'll be amazing.
I hope it's not as hot as this when I get on
think
stage.
it'll be right. I think there'll be a nice breeze where the lake is.
I'm not on until 8 o'clock, so I'm hoping.
You'll be good.
And hopefully I'll get the sunset
Yeah.
while I'm performing, which will be very magical.
Stunning.
Yeah. Love to see it.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this one, there are plenty of other Good Vibrations episodes to get stuck into wherever you get your podcasts. From legendary composer Hans Zimmer to rock guitarist Billy Duffy, singer-songwriter Kate Nash, and UK rap legend Giggs. Thanks for listening.